Mark and I did, if you go back, you'll see an interview that we did with him early on the channel, and I'm going to have Mark come back on and discuss some of the imagery he's taking. One of the nice things about Mark is he's in Australia, in a place called South Kincumber. And what he's got here is just a simply amazing photograph. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, or a video. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show it and let you kind of soak it in first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Well, say it's southwest, actually. It's 7 o'clock. It's just gone on to 7:37 here in the Kincumber night skies. I'm on the telescope. See it? It's a planet rotating, a mothership. See the colour? It's aliens. Let's see if I can focus properly. Don't want to lose it.
It's moving fast. That's why Mark can't keep it. You know, it moves. It's moving. He's having a hard time keeping the telescope on it. By the way, this is a telescope shot. He explains it. You can go back and replay this again, but before I move off of this, though, we also had a subscriber that made some really good shots of what Mark had done, and I wanted to show you that. And this, to me, is just an amazing picture of this, an amazing workup of what we're seeing there. Furthermore, the same subscriber went and did some workup on Matthew Rogers' stuff, and that was where he thinks he's actually looking at the star itself. So we're getting a deluge of astronomical observations now of this thing. But let's focus on the thing with the big hole in it for a second, okay? Because I think this is an amazing thing, is that if you go back a couple months or even in more recent photographs, you can see this orb dancing around the sun. I mean, this is like within a however many minute exposure that they do here, which is, I think, a minute. But it comes flying around the sun, and it bounces around like it's like it's teasing people. You know what I mean? And we catch it all the time around, these satellites and around the sun. So a lot of people don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. Mark thinks it's an actual, possibly a craft of some sort. Yellow Rose for Texas thinks it's the source, actually God, the source, rolling around. I will tell you that I don't know what it is, but what's interesting is that we're able to corroborate it with so many different other things. Let's take another look at a different shot of it, a different picture of it. This is just amazing. But do you see how it looks so similar to what we catch in the orb photographs around the satellite photographs? Do you see the similarity of that? So this object is not a normal planet object as far as we can tell. It moves around in a random way. It's an interesting object. I'd like to get your comments on it. If you could just give me your thoughts, or if you have any pictures of this orb with a hole in it, please send them to olson.steven.d@gmail.com. All right, let's go on to the next story here. This next thing is a study I wanted to bring up to you that was really prompted by a couple of things. The first one was this, and I'll blow this back out for you so you can see. It's this October 3rd image where we caught this configuration up here in the upper right hand corner here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on that little thing because I want to study it with some other pictures that we caught from Newmar Station. So we'll just put that like that for a second. Now just leave that to the side. Now this was the configuration of that we are said to might be expecting for Nibiru. This is an early NASA photograph taken in the IR band, I think, where they were able to actually make some of this stuff out. And I do see some similarities in this pattern for sure, okay? But what's the third piece of corroborating evidence, though, is this Newmar Station photograph that we got here. And when we caught, with the person that caught this is, by the way, terrified that they caught this picture. This actually starts to look like the same configuration in both these, as you can see from this blow up. So what we could be looking at is the approach of the planet Nibiru with its moons going around Nemesis. And again, the same configuration exists, see? just do a little bit of your own comparing of these photographs in your own time, and just tell me if you see the same thing I'm seeing. I'm just making a corroboration between photographs. I don't know for sure if this is Nibiru or not. My theory is it is, though, and I think that it's orbiting Nemesis, and I think Nemesis is almost to its closest point to the Earth. So if you're wondering what I think, that's what I think. All right, let's get on to the final thing here and close it off. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say on this little short clip today, a little short update, is Wayne Steiger has done a wonderful video on Secchi from September. And just let me tell you, it's worth the 23 minutes that you're going to spend watching it. But again, it adds questions. It doesn't answer questions. It adds more questions, because some of this footage on here, guys, will blow your mind. And I'll try to see if I can find a real quick example for you to see it. But this, Wayne is actually studying why is the CME in this weird shape and not the normal shape of a CME. And then he notices something charging up and discharging. I mean, go check this out. It's a mystery. We don't know what's going on out there. The other thing we're going to explore, Wayne and I are going to get on a show, we're going to talk about why aren't the planets moving? They've been sitting there now for all month of September. Why aren't they moving? You know, I don't know what we're looking at here anymore, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you guys, okay? And it's weird, and nobody's got all the answers, guys. Trust me, they don't, okay? Unless maybe the government maybe has a good share of it. But here, at the end of the day, we're all guessing. And the only thing we can do is collaborate and share as much as possible. There's none of the channels are competing with each other. We're such a small community that, you know, there is no need to compete. We have to corroborate and collaborate as a community. That's why we work with Scott at the Nibiru channel. That's why we work with anybody who wants to work with WSO. So I just want to put it out there. And then finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up with several of the shots that were worked up from Mark Reed's stuff, with a little bit of music and some messages to start your day or to continue your day on. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and we'll be having other shows up today and tomorrow. I hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.